Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Meridian Energetics channel. Today, I'll be interviewing Meridian Energetics practitioner, Claire Marie Guckian. Hi, Claire.
Hi, Katie. I'm in London in the UK, in East London. So, yeah.
And I'm over here in Pennsylvania in the US. And so I'll get started asking you the interview questions. So, Claire, what attracted you to the Meridian Energetics healing modality and becoming a certified practitioner?
So I was going through an awakening and starting to intuitively follow some guidance, and I was exploring energy. I was having a Kundalini and Heart Center awakening, and so there's a lot of new sensations, and I wanted to um, develop myself, I guess, and work on myself. And series of events led me to Mel and Nicole. And I was about to sign up to another program in London. I had an interview booked that day and it just didn't feel right. So I got in touch with Nicole. I was totally not confident in myself at the time. I didn't think that I would fit the criteria of the things that they were looking for, but I had an interview with Mel and then just went from there. Really, it just felt right. I wouldn't say I didn't really understand what I was signing up for, but I just felt, it just felt like it was the right thing for me at the time.
Okay, amazing. Um, and when were you certified?
Um, the 8th of August, the 8th of the 8th, 2015. So yeah, it was about a year. It took me a year, but that was when I got my certification. So almost 5 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it took me about 9 months as well.
yeah.
So, what kind of background, Claire, are you coming from in terms of having experience, knowledge, or training, energy training for Meridian Energetics?
So I come from a financial background. I was working in finance in London. I have a master's in economics, so it was very intellectual. This was quite outside my scope of where I thought my life was going, what I'd been trained to do, my education to that point. So when I started to go through my awakening, it was like a huge shift, and this is like polar opposite of what I was doing before. But I tend to attract people to me that come from similar backgrounds in business and finance. I guess because I understand what they're going through, what life is like within them sectors, and yeah.
Do you feel you attract people who are also having like an awakening?
Yeah, yeah, and it tends to be people that are sort of it's something quite foreign to them. It's not that they might look all sort of wearing a suit, and but they're having this crazy awakening underneath it all, and they're not really talking to people about it. So that's sort of the people that usually I end up with. Obviously, people from all walks of life, but I do attract some of those.
Yeah, that's great. Um, so, what do you feel makes Meridian Energetics different from other healing modalities and therapies out there?
Um, for me, I guess it was the fact that it was working from a 12 chakra system, and I knew that I had an active 12 chakra system. So it felt like it was more advanced than anything else that was available. It just, I think, also because you're kind of left to evolve with it yourself as you learn the modality, that it just really encourages you to take it in your own way. And for me, I'm someone that doesn't like to be told what to do or have something forced on me. So for me it was quite good to be given an open, just to learn the technique and then take it from there. But also, I would say at the time that I didn't really know what I was getting into. So I'm not sure if that answered the question or not, but
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So how did you feel when you learned that there was no manual for learning the technique?
um, yeah, I didn't see. I'd never done an energy healing course before, so I had no sort of idea of what I should be. Should I be getting a manual? And I was just. I guess I was in a place where I was ready just to follow, um, like Mel, and I was drawn to him and Nicole, and he just he led me into it, and I didn't find it difficult to remember anything. It just, it was fine. For me, it was absolutely fine. I find a lot of the time if I do get a manual for things, I never usually spend that much time with it anyway. So it just makes you have to get out of your head. And I'm someone that's would be very in my head and logical and intellectual. So for me, it was good that there was no manual.
Okay, great. Yeah. So how has Meridian Energetics affected you on a personal level?
Um, well, it changed my life. um, Within a few weeks of starting the training, I experienced a huge shift on every level: emotional, mental, spiritual. It was a really transformative period. I would say it was one of the biggest shifts that I ever consciously made, because I was coming from a place of pain, and I'd been doing a lot of therapy, and I was finding that very difficult. And Mel just helped me move through that so fast with the beginning of the training. And once I got through phase one, I was just really excited to see, where I could go with this, and what I could do with it, because I felt better in myself. I guess the biggest thing at the time. And then now, as I've grown and incorporated other gifts that have come online, I use a lot of sound in my work and crystal bowls. And yeah, it's changing. Every session's different. As I go through shifts, it shifts as I work with people. It's hard to really put it into words. It's more of a feeling. But yeah, it's been a really powerful experience for me.
Awesome. Um, so speaking of phase one, what was your experience like with phase one of the inner child healing classes?
Um, I would say I wanted to do it perfectly, so I did it. I was doing it every day, and I just remember, and I actually ended up leaving London a few weeks into the training, and I was traveling at the time, so it was yeah, kind of in lots of varied places whenever I'd be doing the calls. But I would say after about session 5, Mel said to me, "Are you noticing a change in yourself?" And I said, "Well, actually, yeah, I do feel different." And he was like, "Well, you've made a big shift." It was incredible, actually, how quick it could happen, and without really noticing that it was happening.
Yeah. So what's your favorite aspect of the Emmy healing modality?
What's my favorite aspect of it? Um, well, you get a community, new friends. Um, what's my favorite aspect of it? I don't know. I think it's, as a whole, it's a really brilliant modality. It covers everything. It really gets deep into you and your own healing journey, and then it gives you a technique to go away and work with and develop on further with people. And when you start to see results in people, and it's really great, it's really powerful, it's exciting. I feel like becoming a healer is like a calling for me. It wasn't necessarily something that I ever thought I would be doing, but yeah, it's really, really good. I guess it helps you just connect to source, and you're more connected to source all of the time, and that makes you stronger. You've got more energy to give.
Yeah, totally.
Mm.
Um, so what would you recommend to others becoming an Emmy practitioner?
Yeah, definitely. You should do it. If you're thinking about it, get in touch with Mel and Nicole and get set up, or some of the other practitioners are teaching it now as well. So whoever you align to, whoever you resonate with, you've got to find someone that you can work with. And if you find that person, definitely get in touch with them.
So you kind of already answered this question, but when you were a child, did you ever think you would want to be a healer when you grew up?
Um, no, I think I wanted to be a nurse. I had a nurse's outfit and kind of wanted to help people in some way. But no, I come from a Irish Catholic background, and energy healing was not something that I knew anything about at all until I started to go through an awakening, really. Actually, that's not true. I did see a psychic once, and she told me that I had healing hands, but I didn't really take any notice of it. So no, it wasn't something that I had envisioned for myself.
Mm. So what other services do you offer in your business or profession besides Meridian Energetics?
So I work with sound crystal bowls. I run group sessions and one-to-ones. They're more in person. I do the inner child exercises that's part of phase 1 for Meridian Energetics. And I also offer meditation sessions and coaching. And I also have a nutritional aspect that I work with people on as well, intermittent fasting, adaptogenic herbs. So yeah, that's me.
Mhm. And if someone was interested in having an Emmy session from you or your other services, where could they find your contact information?
um, my website is www.clairemarieguckian.com, and there's contact forms in there, and there's a free meditation, and there's blogs and lots of information on there to see if it feels all right for you.
Well, thank you so much, Claire. Thank you for participating in the interview. And Claire's information and contact information will be at the bottom of this video. And thanks for watching, everyone.